Friday, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I know it's not morning for everyone, but many of you open this very early, so I'm risking it. Good afternoon or evening if that's you. Have you ever noticed fuzzy lines after transferring your stencil? Today I'm sharing a quick tip with you how to help get crisp lines every time. Below is a short video, a link to a short video about avoiding over chalking. It happens to feature Halloween stencil, a spiderweb design, and I've included a link as well since Halloween is fast approaching. I've been busy lately, but I've managed a bit of progress on my hand quilting project. It's going slow, but enjoyable since I'm not in a hurry. You'll see the picture in my newsletter or right here, and I share more details coming up. If I keep making steady progress, this may turn into a regular update. So far, I have only quilted one repeat of the stencil in the last few days, so you won't see the finished quilt anytime soon. If you missed the backstory, I pieced the top in February of 2023, using up some of my ever-growing red fabric stash and adding a Valentine's theme with the embroidery. The following year, it was never far from my mind as I wondered who this quilt was going to be for. After I lost my husband last November, months later I decided it was time to return to quilting, and this quilt came to mind. It turns out it was for me. I chose to hand quilt it. It's now my grief quilt. It represents a long, happy marriage, completed, not abruptly ended. Language can alter thoughts, and thoughts can alter feelings. Yes, it's completed. What are you working on? I'd love to see it no matter where you are in the process. We send out lots of stencils every week. They can't all be ending up in drawers and project bins. So don't be shy about sharing them. If I can share mine, you can certainly share yours. It's as easy as going to the website or hitting a reply button to the email and attaching a picture, posting something on social media with the hashtag FullLineStencil project. The next thing is we're all about our new, it's not a logo, but it's a image that you're going to see on any product of ours on the internet, and it says that we are the original and we are made in America. As of this year, we're now 100% USA made. We once outsourced a portion of production to compete with a China-made copy of our pounce pad, but bringing it home to California, though more work, has been worth it. Last November, we relocated to a great building. That's where I am right now. This is actually one of the first videos I'm making in our new studio. The building is only a couple of blocks from the I-5 exit 776. It's the northernmost exit to Yreka, California. If you're traveling on I-5 and need a break, we're usually here, and you can have lunch at the neighboring Mexican restaurant. It's best if you call and make an appointment so we can be sure to give you some time and a quick tour. Our building isn't really open to the public, but I don't consider our customers the public. They're our friends and family, so you're welcome anytime. And this image will be on every listing that belongs to us. Don't be fooled by the cheap counterfeit copies. Okay, now I'm just going to give you a brief talk about the video. It's called What Not to Do with Your Pounce Pad, but it's really about getting a good crisp line when you transfer your stencil. So sometimes it's necessary to adjust the amount of chalk you're transferring onto your quilt top. Too much is just as bad as too little. So if you can relate to the dusty chalk image, you will know how to avoid it now by watching this video. So I encourage you to do that. It's only about 2 minutes and 46 seconds, I think. there's links below too. And there's a link to the spider web stencil that is in the video, and also to the pounce pad that was used to transfer it. So I have a quick update. Again, I'm back to my quilt that I'm working on. It's not gonna win any awards for the quilting, but I will have a great sense of accomplishment when it's finished. And I chose this fabric for the back that is nothing but words and positive words. It seemed fitting. I hope to look back on this quilt when those positive words actually, you know, kind of apply to my life. Right now, they're not so much. But anyway, there's hope for the future. And I put a link to a really interesting video. It's by this Japanese doctor, Masaru Emoto. And you've probably seen these videos. They do them with jars of rice. They do them with water where they write on the jar different words. Sometimes they speak over the jar. Anyway, it's interesting. And this video shows the close-up water crystals when they're flash frozen, and what they look like when it was a positive word and what they look like when it's a negative word. And, you know, we are almost, you know, 60%, 60+%, I think, water. So these positive words on my quilt, they will have an effect. Maybe. I don't know. Looks good too. So anyway, we'll try it. And there's a link to that video. It's short and it's very interesting. You should watch it. I had a customer reply to my newsletter, and she said that she had not heard of that before, and she was going to start speaking words over her grown children. It's a really good thing to know to do. And what can it hurt? I also, in the newsletter, revisited the last newsletter. There was a project on there. It was a table runner with applique leaves, and somebody had asked for the pattern. Well, I found the pattern. It is also linked below. It's free. If you need a nice table runner for fall, for your table or any kind of decor, check it out. There's just applique leaves all over it, like they fell on it, like, you know, falling leaves. It's really cute. And if you're interested in one of our stencils to make with this, or maybe you already have this stencil, take another look at it, because the Autumn Leaves Plus 50031 is the number. It has these leaves on it that you can use to make this table runner. I mean, you could also cut out the paper ones that are with the pattern if you want, but if you already have the stencil or you think you'll use it for other things, I would recommend you get it and use it to make these applique leaves. So, oh, another thing. You may have noticed in the picture of my quilt that I'm starting in the upper corner of the quilt instead of the middle. And I don't know why. I in some ways I think it's easier. So anyway, you have to start somewhere. I didn't want to try to figure out where I'm going to start in the middle. The quilt's all basted, so it's going to hold together well. So I just started in the upper left-hand corner, and I'm going to go row by row down to the bottom and hopefully not have any problems. I was curious though. Just even recently, I had a question from a customer asking, where should I start to quilt my quilt? I don't know if I'm really the right person to ask, because I don't really think about it. I just do it where I'm going to do it. If it was a machine quilted quilt, even then, if it's not too big, I start on one side and work to the other. But anyway, I would like to know what you do. So I put together a 2-question survey. It takes like 10 seconds to fill it out. There is a link below that, and we'll share the results. Well, let's see what the consensus is. So please click on these links. I know there's a lot of them. That's the end of my newsletter. I want to thank you for being a subscriber to it, and for tuning into this video. This may become a thing. So if you like listening to the newsletter rather than reading it, you know, we'll send you links, and you can know when we have one. When we have one. Published. When we have one published. I'm sorry. That is my brain. Yeah, you've seen it up close and personal. Anyway, we'll let you know when it's published, okay? And appreciate you tuning in. And I appreciate all your kind letters and replies and comments. They really help me. They lift me up when I've needed it. So they don't go unnoticed. Sometimes you probably don't get a reply. You wonder if it ever made a difference. Well, I'm telling you, it makes a huge difference. I can't thank you enough for your kindness. There is a poem at the end of my newsletter. I'm going to go ahead and read it. I've had feedback. People like it. So let's get to it and read it. It is called The Thread Between Us. We gather with thimbled thumbs and quiet breath, laying fabric like soft maps of where we've been. A needle enters, exits, small yes after yes, and soon a path appears where there was none. We learn each other's measure in the making, how seams can hide a tremble, how color mends a day, how binding is a promise you keep all the way around, no corners left unblessed. What starts at the hoop keeps going past the edges. We piece casseroles and rides to appointments, press grief open with the warm palm of a friend, backstitch the fragile parts so they won't pull. We pass the spool, borrow light, share scraps of time, until a quilt of people forms, lap-sized, then larger, stitched by stories, washed in laughter, dried in sun. And when the world feels thin, we lift it together, hands steady as a running stitch, hearts threaded through, each of us the needle, all of us the cloth. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this video. Share it with a friend. Till next time, happy quilting.
Saturday morning, day I pick a design.
Hi there, thanks for pushing that play button.
Oh,
My name is Marilyn with Hancy Creations. I'm going to read today's newsletter. It's Friday, September 26th. Sorry, my newsletter is Hi, thanks for pushing that play button. I'm going to give you a quick reading of today's newsletter. It's Friday afternoon, September 26th. Can you believe it? September's almost over. Oh, sorry, I had to pause. I had to make sure that I hit the record button. Sorry. It's kind of new to me, but yes, it's recording. So, hello.